Last year on this channel, I did a bunch of challenges that were not personally that interesting to me, but I thought would get a bunch of clicks. This year, I'm only doing things that I want to do. And something I've always wanted to do was dunk a basketball. I'm a 5'10", skinny fat 28-year-old who can barely touch the underside of the backboard. But when you tell me I can't do something, well, that just makes me want to do it all the more. Today is officially day one. I got the heater going. It's snowing outside. I'm going to start my jump training today. I'm very excited. Maybe a little bit nervous. So what's the plan? First, I'm gonna fix my left knee using the knees over toes program. While I'm doing that, I'm going to begin my jump training by working out 6 days a week. Next, I'm gonna jump a lot. Then I'm gonna lose 20 pounds and get down to 165 pounds because fat don't fly. Then I'm gonna give myself a year or two to actually dunk a basketball. And finally, at the end of it, I'll either dunk a basketball or I'll be a miserable failure. I'm super excited to get started. I'm much more excited to do this than I was for the marathon training, so I think that's a good thing. First, we obviously need to get a baseline of just how high I can jump. Oh. After watching that back, I realized just how hopeless I actually am. I said, let's go, and I jumped this high off the ground. Uh-oh, okay. 107 inches. So I can currently get my hand to almost 9 feet, which means I need to increase my vertical by 16 inches in order to be able to dunk. And now, obviously, I'm not expecting to do that in a month or two. I'm gonna give myself the entire year and probably next year to see if I can't do it. What that basically comes down to is increasing my vertical 1 inch every month for a year and 4 months. Morning. It's dark outside. Can't fake that. Chris, are you happy to be here right now? This is my friend Chris, and I guilted him into working out at 6 a.m. in the morning with me.
No.
All right, so we got a great workout in, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Great workout in. I'm gonna see how high I can jump on basketball hoop. 2 years when I'm dunking a basketball, I can look back at this and think, wow, I used to jump not very high at all. I just watched that back and it's absolutely pathetic how high I jump, but that's why we're here, right, Chris? We're getting in that work. Good morning. Oof, I look way worse than I feel. It's 5:34 in the morning. I'm going to be doing lower body almost 3 days a week, and I really need to get rid of my man boobs. So I'm going to be doing upper body twice a week as well. 2.5 weeks in, and the training has been really enjoyable. The thing I'm struggling the most with, though, is the food aspect of my training. Meal prep for the week is done. I started this challenge 1 month ago to the day. And on the first day, I weighed 185.8 pounds. I didn't take a picture of it, but that's how much I weighed. And on this fine morning, I weighed 182.6 pounds. So I'm down 3 pounds. That's not very good. And the reason it's not nearly as good as it should be is because I started this the week before Christmas. So I had Christmas and then New Year's and all those festivities all wrapped into one. So coming out the other end of that 3 pounds down, I would say is actually probably a good thing, but I really need to crush this next month to get down probably another 5 to 8 pounds. Oh man, if there was ever a day when I didn't want to do this, today would be that day. Look at this. See all that? Snow covered. It's 5:30 in the morning. This was a leg day for me. And on my squats, I'm really trying to focus on getting as deep as I possibly can. My only limitation here is my lack of flexibility. And a few days later, it was nearing the end of week 4, and I wanted to see if I had made any progress. Okay, pause. Do you see that line right there just to the left of my hand? That's a 9-foot mark, which is what I jumped beneath the first time I jumped. And my fingers are this high over the line, which means I increased my vertical anywhere from 1 inch to 2.5 inches over the course of the first month. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna keep that progress up the entire time, but that's really good progress and I'm really excited about it. Today is the final day of month 1 of jump training. It's like 5 degrees out here where I live. Everything's been going well. I would say the thing that's going the least well is my weight loss, shockingly. I just can't go under 180. It's a mental block. It's also a sweets block. I love sweets. Peanut M&Ms. For February, that's my biggest thing, is I need to just absolutely dominate the lack of sweets. We made some good progress though. We gained 1.5 inches on the vertical, which is awesome, and we've dropped a few pounds, but we got more weight to lose and more jumps to jump. So to recap, I started 16 inches away from dunking. I'm now only 14.5 inches away from dunking. I dropped 3 pounds down to 182.6, which means I need to drop another 17.6 pounds, and I'll see you next month.